Hey my book lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mills, Read with Mills, and I'm going to go through my August reads. I'm going to do a little recap of some of the favourite books that I read in August. I had a really good month in terms of fantasy, so I feel like it's a really fun one to talk about. So let's dive in. So the first book I want to talk to you about is On Wings of Blood by Briar Berlin. I devoured this book. I already did a little reading vlog if you want to watch that on my YouTube page, so you can see me reading along to this on my reactions. This book was so good. So in this book you meet a girl called Maven, and she's kind of woken up in a new world. So she thinks she is Fae, and she's got her mother's voice in her head. At the time I don't think she realises for a little bit of time that's her mother. And she wakes up in this new world and she's got auburn hair, and when she wakes up she's lying on like a pile of dead bodies, but she's not dead, and they can smell her. The vampires can smell her and they're like, one person here is not dead. And they get her and take her to like this vampire king, I guess you call him, ruler, and he is Blake's father. And what he says is, she's powerful. She's a potential dragon rider. Like, we haven't seen a dragon rider for years and years and years and years. So she gets forced to be Blake's consort. Now, Blake already has a consort. And I'm just going to say, I don't know, I can use that word on YouTube. I apologise for my explicits. She is not a nice woman. Like, the way she behaves, she pretends she's your friend. She draws you in. She's like, oh, Maven, I'll walk you to class. Gets her there late. Oh, Maven, like, she is deceitful and then some. So yeah, I definitely think this is one of those books that you will love. So she has to go to Bloodwing Academy. She's got to learn how to fight. She's got to learn about vampire history. And she doesn't know who she is. At the end, oh, the way the book ends, I'm like, sorry, can I have book 2 and 3 now, please? This was originally indie published, so I actually read the indie published version. I have since treated myself to the trad published version, and then hoping book 2 and 3 come out really quickly, because I'm like, I need them. I hate when I have to wait for fantasy books. I always love supporting a fantasy author, but I'm like, give me the book now, please. So yeah, I definitely recommend reading this. I would say if you like things like Zodiac Academy, Empyrean series, you've got Fae, you've got vampires, you've got dragon, you've got spice, you've got deceit. There is a room where the spicy scenes happen and stuff's going on underneath. That kind of gave me like a little bit of a secret society vibe, dark academia vibe as well. It was so good. This was a 5-star read for me. I absolutely devoured it. And yeah, I love the traditional hardback as well, because it says, let blood and flame flourish. So I definitely recommend picking this one up if you haven't yet. If you're a fantasy reader, this is a series you need to invest your time into. I was a little bit naughty in August and I actually reread Wolf. I had to reread it. So this is my indie published edition. My proof is now downstairs on my proof shelves, but I was sent the proof from Evermore, and I thought I need to see if any of Paisley Hope's writing has been changed, if there's any difference, if there was any things that happened that didn't happen in the indie version. It is exactly the same. I'm glad to tell you it is exactly the same. So this is Brinley's story. She has left her small town where her parents are no longer alive. She kind of ran away, I guess is the best way to describe it. And the town has a motorcycle club, and she's always been told to stay away from the motorcycle club. So she's living in a new city. She's got a boyfriend. He doesn't seem that nice. And she thinks, oh, he's going to propose to me. And actually he says he's going away for a bit, and can they kind of put themselves on hold for a little bit? And she's like, no. I think she realises her self-worth at this point. She's like, no, I'm gone. I'm out of here. So she goes back to the small town to move into her parents' house, and she bumps into her childhood's best friend, who is marrying a motorcycle club man. Now, she's always been told, as has her best friend, they were a little bit churchy. They've always been told to stay away from the motorcycle men. And then she meets Gabriel, who is the head motorcycle man. The way that his life entwines with hers, he's never liked a woman for more than just like a one-night fling. He's never committed to a woman. He just he never kisses anybody on the lips even. But when he meets Brinley, his world is probably turned upside down in the best way possible. He seems obsessed with her. He can't stop thinking about her. He wants to be near her. He wants to kiss her lips. And it's just so cute. Like, for a man who's surly and scary, he has a little bit of something going on. The spice is amazing. It's dark. There are some like potentially very triggering dark scenes, but they are so good. And we know the second book in the series, Dove, is coming out. I cannot wait to get more from this series. Honestly, Paisley Hope this year, I feel like she is just like flinging the books out. She's got so many coming out. But this was really good if you like motorcycle men, if you like darkness, if you like rivalry, because obviously there's rival motorcycle clubs. This one is definitely for you. You can get it now. It's published now. So I was about to say soon, but it is published now. So you can get it now in a standard paperback, so it's a little bit more affordable than the indie version as well. I love having my indie versions for collection, but I know some people wait until they get picked up through traditionally published, so it's more affordable for them. But yeah, the cover's still the same as well, which I love. And yeah, I just really enjoy being back in this world. It's made me really excited for Dove coming out because it's been a while since I read Wolf. Like, it was quite a while ago that I found this book, picked it up and read it. So 100% recommend grabbing this. Then we have Back in the Saddle. I'm really sad to say that I gave this a 2-star. I wanted to give it a 1-star. The only reason I didn't was because the beginning hooked me. The rest of the book, I just didn't care. So you meet a girl called Caroline, and she has left Scotland and gone to America, and she meets a guy in a bar called Hunter. He has a parent, or his father is very terminally ill, and she's kind of working with his father. They instantly connect. They have this whirlwind romance. She's actually going through a divorce, and she finds out there's something wrong with her soon-to-be ex-husband. This is quite near the end of the book, so if you don't want to know spoilers, I feel like my main issue is going to contain spoilers here. So you can just skip ahead to the next book if you don't want spoilers. And when she runs off back to her ex-husband, leaves Hunter, and her ex-husband isn't terminally ill. He just has a tumour that is benign. So that really annoyed me first, because I'm like, at least kill him off. Like, if you're going to make her rush back and end this potential romance and all that sort of thing, at least kill off this husband, or at least make it a little bit more traumatic. So she runs off back to him. He recovers. They get divorced. She moves on with her life. She never goes back to America. She never talks to Hunter, and that really annoyed me. Hunter then decides to, and they're meant to have like this romance of all romances. Hunter then decides to open a pub or a bar, I don't know how he describes it as, a pub in Scotland, but doesn't contact her, and then one day she just happens to stumble in there, and then that's where the story ends from that point, because they're back in love. That really annoyed, I'm gonna be honest, I'm talking about this so like, because you can just tell it annoyed me. Call her, ring her, text her, Facebook her, drop her a direct message, DM her on TikTok, DM her on anything. Like, what are you doing that you're in her country, in her town, and you haven't reached out to her? Like, if she's the love of your life, go after her. Put some effort in and chase her across the world. Don't just go, well, I'm going to be near her and kind of watch her from a distance and hope that she stumbles upon where I am. No, that's not it. So yeah, I had to give it 2 stars. If I hadn't been as intrigued at the beginning, it would have been a 1-star. I don't like DNFing books because you bought the book. I want to finish it. I want to read what I paid for. But yeah, I kind of wish I didn't continue this one. I love cowboys. I just think it was just the final straw for me that broke the camel's back on too many cowboys when I've read so many good cowboys. Someone else may love it, and that's absolutely fine. I think that's why we're all reading so many different books, because every book is so subjective to whether you like it or not. But yeah, sadly I just didn't care, and I wanted a little bit more in my cowboy romance. Then we have Holly Jackson. Holly Jackson is just one of those authors that makes me feel really happy inside. Like, she just makes me love her writing more and more every time I read it. I do have to say, I don't think this was any different to any of her previous books. It didn't feel more adult, other than maybe like the use of the C word on one page. I felt like it fit her natural writing style. Now, I don't have an issue with that, but it was definitely publicised as she's finally writing adult crime and thriller. And I just didn't feel like we finally got something that was adult crime film. Maybe her other books are more adult than I realised. I don't know, but I'm not mad at it. So this is the story of Jet. Jet is at a little fair for Halloween, and she goes home. She has her dog in the house, and someone hits her over the back of the head when she gets home, and she wakes up in hospital, and she's lost a lot of blood. Now, Jet has a kidney problem because of her father, and she is a little bit harder to operate on. However, there's this bit of bone that's gone into her brain, and it's causing an aneurysm, and she's got, I want to say 7 days left to live. I just nearly gave her 7 days. Yeah, I nearly gave her 10 days. She's got 7 days left to live, and she can have this operation, but the doctor's kind of looking at her like, please don't have this operation, you're not going to survive it. So she decides not to have the operation. Instead, she's going to solve her own murder case. So she's going to solve what happened to her, how she got murdered before she dies, because she knows in 7 days time she's going to die. Little spoiler, if you don't want to hear the spoiler, skip ahead a bit. She does die. I was really glad she died. I have to say it. If we got to the end of this book and Holly Jackson didn't kill off the main character, I would have been annoyed, because at the beginning of the book, you're telling me, you've given me the foreshadowing that you're going to kill the character. Okay, spoiler over. I'll put a little note, so like spoiler still, and then spoiler stop, so that people know where to fast forward to. Future Mills editing, do that for yourself. So yeah, it's really twisty turny. Did I guess who it was? No, I never guess of a Holly Jackson book who the bad person is. And I'm going to say person so it doesn't give any hint to who they are. I didn't like Jet as a character. I don't think you are meant to like Jet as a character. She's kind of given up on herself, and this challenge, I guess, having 7 days to live. It's the only time she seems to have pulled her finger out and done anything with her life. But I really like her as a character near the end of the book. At the beginning, I thought, but she does get some level of redemption. She still annoys me. She still winds me up. She has a little bit of a romantic interest that really, really breaks your heart. But yeah, I was sobbing when I finished this book. Also, at the end of the book, there are some letters. The letters made me giggle so much. I love them. I love them. So yeah, if you want a really easy read, I read this in about 6 hours, I think. I absolutely devoured it. Couldn't put it down. Loved it. Will rave about it forever. Is it my favourite Holly Jackson book? No. I still think the reappearance of Rachel Price is my favourite. But it's a really close contender. I really enjoyed reading this one. Mills is so happy to be back in her dark academia world. This year, I have been a dark academia queen. I'm going to put a little crown on my head. A dark academia queen. I cannot stop finding dark academia books that I am obsessed with. Like, not just a little bit obsessed, obsessed. I read this in a day, couldn't put it down. It has a red sprayed edge as well, which just makes me so happy. This is Endless Anger by Savon Miller. It's a spin-off series to the Monster and Muses series. It's called The Monster Within. This is the first book in the series. So if you've read the Monster and Muses series, you've met Cal, and it's his son, Asher. So Asher has grown up with Lucy. They have been childhood best friends literally from birth. They've always kind of towed the line of will they be more than friends. I think Lucy's always had a crush on Asher. Asher's always had a crush on Lucy, but nobody's ever made the first move. And Asher is going to go to this university because that's where his best friend's going. But he starts to realise there's a secret society at this university that does not want the Anderson bloodline there, and he is part of the Anderson bloodline. So he kind of, I guess, stages a fight with Lucy that lasts a really long time, like a few years at this point, to make sure that he doesn't go to the university. But he soon realises she needs his help. He enrolls and he enlists at the university, and that's where it all goes wrong. There's secret societies, there's deceit, there's attempted murder, there's murder. Like, you name it, you are getting everything from this. And you do get a reappearance of Dr. Death. He does come in, he does have a part, hence I say read the Monster and Muses series first. But yeah, I would describe them as both grumpy as well. I don't know if I've read many books where the two main characters like each other, but they're both so stubborn that may stop them from ever getting together. And he also has a cat. You guys know I love any character that has a cat. If they've got a cat or a dog, but more so a cat, they just win me over so much. So yeah, Endless Anger, oh, so good. But I would recommend reading the Monsters and Muses series first, which is kind of, some of them are Mafia, some of them are Rockstar, all with Mafia entwined. But it's such, Savon Miller, I'm so glad you're back to writing. It's been so long since I've read something by you, and I'm glad we're back. And I need book 2 now, please. And then last but by no means least, Metal Slinger by Rachel Snyder. Sorry, you're going to give me that sort of plot twist, and I have not been able to get my hands on book 2. This plot twist broke the internet. I actually think my reaction to this was like, I recorded it and put it on social media. It was, what? I got such a shock at the plot twist. It was so bad, it was so good. It was so evil, it was so good. It was so unexpected, it was so good. Normally you're going to bring someone back to life. Normally you're going to do something a little bit twisted. This was more twisted and deceitful than anything I have ever read. So Bryn lives in a small island, I guess you call it, called Alahar, and they have been disowned from the land of Kenta due to some mistakes. And once a year, they're allowed to return to Kenta to go to a market where they do all their trading for the year. So this is how they survive. So Bryn goes with Prince Kai and a couple of the other recruits to their first ever market, and it all goes wrong. Somebody's following her. She can feel the eyes on him. They shouldn't have split up, but she's ran away from Kai because he's kind of proposed marriage to her, and she's like, I don't know if we should. I feel like I'm not worthy of you, all this sort of stuff. And this guy holds her hand, says, you've stolen something, and he puts something in her hand to make it look like she's stolen something. Explosions go off, they escape, and at this point, Alahar could be cut off from Kenta. They might not even be allowed to trade in the future. What will they do for food at that point? And this guy comes looking for Bryn. He's like, she's the long lost person of, I'm not going to say, but she's a long lost something. You can probably guess what she is, a long lost. And they need to get her back to mainland. She has magic under her skin. She needs to release it. And that's where the story goes. I love the relationship between Bryn and the guy who's saving her. I don't want to say anything about him. I don't want to spoil him. Like, my little heart at times hurt reading it. Like, I just wanted him to be a little bit more honest, a little bit more truthful. And then that plot twist shook me. It shooketh me to the core. Like, honestly, didn't see it coming. So good. So good. So if you are a romancy fan and you haven't picked up Metal Slinger, I need to order the actual traditional. It's been picked up to be traditionally published now. So I need to order the trad published version as well. But yeah, wow. It's the end of some of my favourite books, and one sadly not favourite books that I read in August, but I do feel like I should always be honest with you when I don't love something, because you guys may still love it, you guys may decide not to read it, it's completely up to you. But that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit subscribe and turn that notification on so you're notified when I post on Saturdays. And if there's anything that you want me to do a video on, please let me know in the comments. I'm always happy to take suggestions. Bye, book lovelies!